Hello and welcome to Overanalyzed. My name is Levi and today I'll be covering District 3 5A. Teams in this district we have Amarillo, Caparock, Amarillo Paladoro, Tascosa, and Plainview. Movement in this district, Randall goes into District 4 4A, moves down to 4A. Location of this district, obviously we are in Plainview, sorry, we're not in Plainview, well, we're in Amarillo mostly. Plainview, as you may know, is south of Amarillo. That is the direction that it is. Getting into it, we have Amarillo. They got first again. So some facts. They last time they weren't first in district. The president of the United States was Barack Obama. Yeah, Amarillo has been getting first since the 2014-2015 season. 6A girls basketball didn't even exist back then. This span includes a stint in the newly defined 6A, being in the same district as Canyon, while Canyon was on their three back-to-back state champ streak, coming off of two straight in 5A, and Amarillo moves down to 5A in the same district as Canyon, and they get first place. Canyon did win the championship that year, which is fine. Amarillo got them next, even though they were the second seed. They still tied for first, so I'm counting it. But yeah, I mean, getting first place in your district a lot of times. I mean, this also includes Plainview, the 2019, I think it was 2019, the 2020 Plainview teams who were pretty good. 2021 maybe as well. They were pretty good as well, and it didn't even really matter. Amarillo was just rolling. Anyways, this year, in the playoffs, Amarillo started off a little bit easy for them, to be fair. Lubbock, Coronado, and Andrus, they aren't exactly like the easiest path of the first two rounds. But this is Amarillo, so they just kind of rolled through them. They played Lubbock Cooper in a could-be a state championship level game. Cooper at this time was still riding at the time, Lubbock Cooper had only had one loss to a Texas team the entire year, and that was Lake Dallas. But Cooper actually beat Amarillo by 3 in non-district. That would have been a crazy game. I would have loved to see that, but I didn't. I did watch this game though. I watched it on NFHS, I think. Amarillo, they avenged that loss. They won by 12, I believe. I'm just gonna fact check myself. Yes, they won by 12. So then they had to go to the regional tournament. If you remember, there was a huge storm. They had to move the times around. It was crazy. They beat Timberview, their de facto rival. I mean, Amarillo and Timberview have been playing in the regional tournament for years now. Even back when Timberview was a Region 2 school, they played in the state championship game one time. It was just it's just crazy. So, I mean, they play all the time. Amarillo, Timberview was having, it was unfortunate for Timberview. Their leading scorer had gotten injured in the previous game. So Amarillo won. Would that have changed the outcome? Maybe, maybe not. It was just unfortunate for Timberview. So then in the regional finals, they played Lake Dallas. They beat Lake Dallas. I was at that game. I have some comments, but I don't want to get into that because I'll be talking about this for a year. Then, anyways, they beat Lake Dallas. Then they go to state, play Frisco Memorial, and lose by 11, I believe. They only had a few losses in their entire season. They lost to JP2 by 4, John Paul 2 in Plano by 4. JP2 was one of the best private schools, probably the second best private school in the state of Texas behind probably Bishop Lynch. They lost to Frisco Liberty by 7. They lost to Lubbock Cooper by 3, and then Braswell by 5. South Grand Prairie by 3. That's kind of that's insane right there. Obviously, Liberty and Cooper being who they are in 5A, and then South Grand Prairie made state championship this year in 6A. Braswell, I believe, got beat by SGP in regional tournament. So yeah, that was Amarillo's path to the playoffs and their season. They're so good every single year. They always have the people. They're bringing back a girl who I think got nominated for Miss Texas basketball, so that's fun. They had quite a few players on the team by the playoffs. Like they brought up like a lot of they had a lot of people on their bench, but they had 4 seniors as well. But they are bringing back obviously some really good people, and I'm sure they just have some girl coming up who is really good because their system is really good. Next we have Plainview got third. Randall got second. Plainview got third. Lost in by district to Monterey. However, they did not lose as much as they did earlier in the season when they played Monterey, where they played in a candidate for highest scoring game of the year. They lost 100 to 70. I mean, that's 170 points. I don't think I've seen a game that reached 170 points this year. It's kind of insane. And it was Plainview. They played a lot of people. They played Lubbock Cooper, Idalou, Friendship, Monterey, Seminole, Braswell, Friendship again. So I mean, they definitely stacked their schedule. They played Lubbock Coronado a couple of times. Obviously, their district, they play Amarillo twice. They play Randall twice. I think they played Northwest. So they just had a very filled season. Wellington. I'm just going through again. Yeah, basically they played Abilene Wiley as well. So they kind of played a lot of people. They've had some people transfer out in the past, including one player at Cooper now, I believe. That was maybe a couple years ago, but they used to be like super good, but they're coming back up again. They have some good returners. They have 11 players uploaded to the roster and 4 seniors, so they've got some people coming back. They could be pretty good next year. Next we have Tascosa. Yes, got 4th, lost by district to Cooper. It's fine. I mean, someone had to. They went 4-6. They split Plainview and Caprock. They actually had a pretty good offense. It seemed like they played pretty fast. They had some extremely high-scoring games. They beat Plainview 81-79, which is 160 total points. They had one game against Amarillo that produced 156 total points. I think they lost 101-55 or something like that. Their one playoff game produced 149 points. They lost 90-59, I think, which is just insane. Because I mean, a lot of like really good teams put up a bunch of points against their opponents, but one thing that separates Tascosa from some of those other teams is that they match that a lot. Like I mean, scoring 59 points against Lubbock Cooper is no easy feat. I mean, Amarillo barely did that. So, anyways, Tascosa, they have 13 players uploaded to the roster and no seniors, at least what I could see. So you have Caprock, got 5th, went 3-7. They split Tascosa. They had another close game against Tascosa. I think they lost by 3. They had a 4-point loss to Plainview, I believe. So they were pretty close there. They were had a couple games, maybe a couple plays go the other way. Maybe they end up in the playoffs. They have 10 players uploaded to the roster and 1 senior. Next we have Paladuro, got 6, went 0-10. Usually I don't cover like winless teams in district. However, Paladuro, I mean, especially in this district, things change a whole lot. Paladuro was really good like 3 years ago, maybe 4. I don't know, somewhere around there. It wasn't too long ago that Paladuro was like getting second or whatever in this district. They have 8 players uploaded to the roster and 1 senior, however missing 4 grad years. But I just think they had a couple of close games. I think they had one close game against Plainview, like 10 points. They had one against Tascosa. I feel like anything can happen. That's why I'm covering them. Uh, yeah. Final predictions time. I have Amarillo at 8-0, Plainview at 6-2, Caprock at 3-5, Tascosa at 2-6, and Paladaro at 1-7. Split between Caprock and Tascosa and Paladaro. Big things here. Amarillo, they get first again. Plainview, I think they have some pretty close games against the bottom three, but I do think they pull them all out. Big thing, Paladaro picks up a win. Tascosa, Caprock goes from 5th to 3rd, so some pretty good stuff going on here. Is good. It's gonna be a fun district to watch. That's all I have for District 3 5A. Tomorrow is the day that I get to cover Lubbock Cooper and Lubbock Monterey, along with some other amazing teams. It's going to be exciting tomorrow. It's going to be a really long video, 15 minutes maybe. There's so many good teams. Make sure you watch that video tomorrow. And as always, until next time, thanks for watching.